Welcome. Welcome one. Welcome all. Welcome to my, well, factions SMP survival. I bet you're wondering, why am I here? And why do I look like this? All good questions. But here, today, on this very day, this server will be no more. Every building, everything you see here will be gone. This world has outlived its peak. And for that, I do not mind. Noel's room. Sorry about that. Welcome to the end of the server. Well, the end of this one. This world has relived its run. I told people not to grief my base. But what did they do? They griefed it anyways. Thank you, Mr. It's Unknown XD. I'll respect your wishes by not saying your real name, but just keep in mind the temptation is there. Anyways, where was I? As you can see, this is my friend Noel's base. It's not gonna matter me showing it off, but let's get to the meat and potatoes of this world. Shall we? Hold on, let me make this more authentic for you. Give it a second. Alright, my HUD's gone. Let me just turn off that. There we go. Hold on, let me see if I can't change the beat here for a second. Here we are. Hold on. Yes. A friend of mine made it so it's constantly night, but I don't think it's going to do that anymore. My friend prepared all of these defenses in the hopes that, you know, something would come out of it. Here we are. The wreckages of his old base, and not far from the new. Since it's just over that way. I knew this server before its chaos days, and let me tell you, this is hell. So, how did everything end up like this? Well, I tell you. It started back when Mapleburg was first constructed. During the early days of the server was the old era. An old era which I dare to not think about, that ended in chaos. Chaos that I needed to put an end to. This is what I do get for getting myself involved. Mapleburg kind of started it all. It was a scar for a lot of people. Here, you'll see Trade Town, or what's left of Trade Town, after the chaos that ensued here. And not far off from Trade Town, during the first early days of Trade Town's construction, was very noble. Well, not Trade Town, more like the Trade Center. Trade Town is my place, but that's in another. Destruction beyond destruction, beyond destruction, beyond destruction. Mapleburg, or what used to be Mapleburg, now is an empty crater filled with nothing but the void, and that's that. The hopes of building an obsidian wall, defending their place from attackers in war, The first days of the Force War were, well, noble to say for the least. Kingdom, Mango, and Unknown fought valiantly against an enemy they could not fight. Why? Because Coleco and Tanglefo were the youngest of the group and were always to blame under the sun. No one ever thought it could have been anyone else that would have done something. This is just the result of destroying Trade Town. Nothing more, nothing less. Other than the rummages of destroying my great city of Trade Town. Trade Center was just somewhere where I would come to the overworld to trade. I mostly lived in the Nether. I got the brightest ideas to over and saturate the market. Probably wasn't my best moment now that I think about it. And this is a cautionary tale. Mapleburg, once a thriving city, brought down by its knees by Unknown during a fight that he could not win. If you haven't seen it yet, go watch the fight between me and Mr. Unknown. Or It's Unknown XD. Here is the Fallen Waste. An ungrief village town constructed by Null. Not far from it though. Great Caesar's ghost! Fuck! Huh. It appears I was too late to save, well, what was left of America 2. Looks like Dylan had already found this place and destroyed it, judging from all the blackstone that was here. Looks like I missed a lot while I was gone. Oh well. And now that brings us to the first griefing of the server. The first major griefing. Dicks placed everywhere. Little minor explosions everywhere. And who was to blame? Tanglefo and Coleco. No one knew who the blame was. But no one knew who really caused it. Since the server will be gone, I'll explain. Coleco and Tanglefo never had anything to do with those Dixer explosions. That was me. I tested to see what would happen if... who they would blame if someone did something. Why did I do it? You're probably asking yourself. Well, very well. I'll proceed. I needed to see who were they gonna be quick to blame. Quick to suss out. My theory was correct. Usually the youngest of the group, or the most untrustworthy they see, who has access to the server, gets voted out. Or I guess you could say Coleco and Tanglefo seemed like outsiders to them. On top of that, it created more chaos. But no one knew who truly did the first penis and explosions. But that was me. But nothing compares and hails what happened to Spawn. And I'll tell you. This server will be reset after this period of time. Null's base, everything gone. A brand new fresh start from the ashes of the old. The ashes of the old become a new beginning. And tattles everything. An old house on the server Griefed in the early days of the realm before things went to shit. Oh, hello, Mr. Skeleton. These days, well, it's mostly used as, well, nothing more. Further down the line, we have other buildings. Other bases that I've left or morally forgotten. This base, unfortunately, has no owner. Oh! And as you can tell, that the lightning is coming back. The closer I get to the command block. Hold on for a second. Well, there's still lots of land, but like I said, I warned people not to mess with me. Leave me out of your conflict. Yes, I told people that they can grief steal at their own risk. Leave my civilization and my home, and where I can happily just exist on the server in peace. No one listened, of course. Thank you, Mr. It's Unknown. You'll pay for this. Anyways, over here, if it's still active, which I don't think it is. Never mind, it is still active. Oh, there it is. Great lightning strike of the spawn region. I turned spawn into an infinite lightning storm. Any arrow fired within the radius will shoot an infinite lightning bolt, like so. Ooh. I should probably get out of the spawn region now. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Yeah, spawn is basically, a dead man zone. Well, more like a lag man zone. Especially if you fire more arrows in there. The more arrows fired in spawn, the more corrupted and potentially crashing your game it could get. Like I said, there is a lot that happened to this server, and I won't forget it. But after then, Mr. Unknown had the upper hand after their conquering over Tanglefell and Coleco. Coleco will probably retaliate for his friend's downfall of Tanglefell. Tanglefell and Coleco were against everyone, except for me. Although rumors spread fast and rumors spread quick, like wildfire in Minecraft. And one thing's for certain that spread. The rumors about them... Sorry. Rumors about them wanting to destroy Trade Town. Now, that would have been brilliant, honestly, but at the same time, at what cost? At what cost would have been the cost of Trade Town? Well, I don't know. Like I said, no one knows the I don't even know why everyone wanted to go after Trade Town. Seems like there's a wither nearby. Like I said. Won't matter though. All of this going down to nothing. I've said my piece on this whole faction, and I'm going to tell you the blunt truth. One blunt truth I will state now, is that it's pretty obvious on how everything turns out. Even though that in the end, all of this will have not mattered. The server will be set very soon. But I guess I can show you one last area. The Nether. A battlefield in here. Very common destruction though. Used to the likes of beds. As 2 beds are in the Nether, and then 2 respawn anchors, the overworld. Like firing a mini nuke. Oh! My, a Soul Sand Valley. Forgot about this place. The friendly neighborhood skeletons, endermen, and probably a few other things. But yes, like I said, there is a lot more than just this. Like I said, well, on top of the Nether, like I said, Trade Town was in the Nether. Negative 9,000 blocks away, but in the Nether nonetheless. Why do those mobs keep suiciding over there? Huh. I forgot I left those. Oh, no wonder. They have such a small spawn space and it counts as some of the... It's because of the terrain. That's why they keep dying. Okay. It's because of the terrain and how it's generating. How intrinsic. And it seems I'm running out of time. But yes. As far as Nethers goes, the Bastion... Ah yes, I forget about the good old Bastion here. Never got a good look at this thing until now. Oh, my. What an incredible building. Too bad it's taken over by Hoglins. Well, Piglins I should say. And Piglin Brutes. What do you might be up here? Just the more Piglins. But like I said, the server had seen some conflict, and yet there's still much land to explore. Don't worry, I'll rebuild, and so will everyone else. Forgot it's connected to a warped force as well. Part warped, part crimson. How incriminating. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bother you with my cringy puns. You want to hear the story. Well, other than that, I think we've covered all the bases. I believe we've covered all the bases of this world. As far as I'm concerned, we have. I haven't seen a single area yet, or, well, haven't covered a single area story until, well, recent. I believe we've covered everything to know about this faction and what happened. As far as I'm concerned, there's nothing more left to say. I will say at least this. I might actually start live streaming this realm. For anarchy and for, well, more anarchy. Well, not really anarchy, I should say, but that's not the right word. The right word would be more like factional chaos. I guess you could call it anarchy if you really wanted to, because technically there are no rules. There's only minor rules, and those rules fall under three major categories. Grief at your own risk. Steal at your own risk. But leave Trade Town in my corner of the world alone. And don't ever touch it. Or this server will get reset more times than I can ever imagine. And that's the truth of this entire realm. Mess with Trade Town, the world will get reset. But because I'm feeling generous, I've decided to implement once the reset happens for a 3-strike rule. I will rebuild my base 3 times after getting grief. Getting grief the 3rd time will automatically make it reset back to the very beginning. No hesitation, no remorse. But remember now, I live far away on both fronts, and I will choose to live as far, far away as I can. I don't want to be near a single living person. There's only a few people I'll let near me. Okay, this pig thing doesn't count as a person, but still. But yes, that's where our tale comes to its end. This is the point, this is the ashes of a new beginning. And remember, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share with your cat and your friends. But if you don't, then I never want to see your ugly fucking face around here ever again. Do I make myself clear? Or this could be you. Alright, that was the wrong thing. Or this could be you. Farewell, and I hope you enjoyed the story of my faction's SMP war. Farewell.